How do you access Yahshua Payroll account via the web? Go to www.yahshuapayroll.com. Click Login. Then, input the email and password credentials given to you. Once done, click Login. You have just successfully accessed your Yahshua Payroll account on the web. What is the salary and rate status, and how do you use it? In the same module under Employees, locate Salary and Rate Status. Here, you will see the current rate status and current salary of an employee. You can update the salary and rate status of the employee by simply clicking on his or her name. Input the necessary details and the date when the rate is effective. After that, click the check button to save it. And that's the salary and rate status and how to use it. How do you use the schedule feature? To set an employee schedule, go to Schedule under the Employees module. On the List tab, you can see the employee schedule by date range, and you can also set schedules per employee or group of employees. Simply click the Set Schedule button. Select the date from and date to. Select the employees whose schedule you are setting, and finally, select the schedule. After that, click Save. There is also a Group Schedule feature. This allows you to group sets of schedules based on a description. Example, it could be the schedule for the month of April or a schedule for a particular team for a period of time. In connection to that is the Group Employees feature. This allows you to select a set of employees who can be assigned in a group schedule. And that's how you use the Schedule feature. What is the Earnings and Deductions feature, and how do you use it? This module shows the earnings and deductions incurred by the employees and their statutory contributions. How do you set employees' earnings and deductions? First, locate employees from the drop-down menu and click Earnings and Deductions. You will see three categories: the statutory, the earnings, and the deductions. First, let's explore the statutory. Click the Advanced filter and select the employee whose statutory information you are setting. After an employee has been selected, fill in the Add Statutory Type form with the statutory information. Select the statutory type and fill in the amount. Once done, click Check. Next is the earnings with the first classification, recurring. Click the Advanced filter and select the employee whose earnings you are setting up. After an employee has been selected, click the Search button to bring up the name of the employee. Select the employee and fill in the Add Earnings Type form. Select the earnings type, input the amount, and then the effectivity date. You may also select the periodicity of the earnings if it is payroll, first payroll, or second payroll only. Once done, click Check. We also have Other Earnings. This is usually used for outright earnings like adjustments or one-time payment. To book, click the Other, One-Time submodule. Search the name of the employee, then click. Once done, a window will open where you will find a Create option. Click Create, then fill out the corresponding details such as date, other earnings type, etc. Then click the check icon. Once done, the other earnings booked will be reflected on the payroll generation accordingly based on the date set. Finally, the deductions. we have three classifications for deductions: the regular, recurring, and other one-time. Regular deduction is intended for booking deductions with monthly amortizations, such as loans and cash advances. To book, click Regular. Look for the employee name, click Employee Name, then Create. Fill out the necessary details such as the type of deduction, total amount, amount per deduction, and dates. Next, the recurring deduction. It is intended for deductions that recur every period or month with no total amount to complete, such as saving, dues, MP2, etc. To book, click Recurring. Look for the employee name, click the name, then Create. Fill out the necessary details such as the recurring deduction type, amount, effectivity date, and others that apply. Finally, the other deduction. This is usually used for outright deductions like overpayment, donation, breakage, etc. To book, click the other one-time submodule. Search the name of the employee, then click. Once done, a window will open where you will find a Create option. Click Create, then fill out the corresponding details such as date, other deduction type, and others that apply. Then click the check icon. Once done, the other deductions book will reflect in the payroll generation accordingly based on the date set. And that's the earnings and deductions feature and how to use it. How do you use the leave monitoring feature? To monitor the remaining leave credits of the employees, go to Leave Monitoring under the Employees module. If you wish to add or deduct credits to a certain employee or all employees, click Create and select the Add or Deduct. Then, fill out the details needed. After that, click Save. It also has an advanced filter feature where you can view employees from a specific location, division, or department. That is how you use the leave monitoring feature. How do you use the employee bank accounts feature? Locate employees from the drop-down menu and click Bank Accounts. Here, you will see the list of employees and their corresponding bank accounts. If you wish to add or edit an employee's bank account, click on his or her name. Fill out the necessary details such as the account number, name of the bank, and others that may apply. Then, click the check icon to save. Note, for bulk uploading of data, we have importing modules with corresponding importing templates for your convenience. And that's how you use the Employee Bank Accounts feature. How do you use the Employee's Payroll Schedule feature? Under the Employees module, click on Employee's Payroll Schedule. You will find the list of employees with their corresponding payroll schedule. If you wish to edit or change an employee's payroll schedule, click on his or her name and input the new schedule with its effectivity date. This module has an advanced filter feature where you can easily search for employees on a specific location or department. And that's how you use the payroll schedule feature. How do you use the daily logs feature? Locate timesheets from the drop-down menu, then click Daily Logs. Set the date range for the logs you wish to view. Then, go to the Advanced filter and fill in the department of your employee or employees, their position and location. Then click Search. You can now view the employee logs based on the date range and the department, position, and location filters. You can also see the geographical location of the employees through their logs. You may also edit or delete the logs here, but you can only access this feature based on the user rights set for you. You may also manually create a time log for a specific employee. The system can also cater to manual creation of time logs by batch, with an option of completing the incomplete logs, or to create manually completed timesheets, and even fixing late or early logs as on time. But again, this feature may only be accessed by users allowed by the admin. And that's how you use the daily logs features. How do you create a payroll period? Before you can generate a payroll, you need to create the payroll period first. Go to the payroll module. Click on the Create button. Select the payroll schedule. Set up the payroll period with the necessary information. This could include the location, department, date from and to, the month, year, whichever may be applicable. Check the payroll details that should be considered. Write the remarks. Then click Save. And that's how you create the payroll period. How do you generate a payroll? After you've created the payroll period, you can now generate the payroll for all employees or for specific employees. Click the payroll period you created. Click the Batch Generate button at the upper right corner of the screen. Here, you may select all employees or choose the employees to include in this payroll. Then, click Generate. And that's how you generate a payroll. How do you use the payslip feature? After you have successfully generated the payroll, it's time to send the employees payslips. Under the Report module, you will find the Payslip submodule. Select the payroll period. Search for a specific employee by clicking the drop-down arrow besides the search icon. Or leave it blank in order to select all employees. Click the Action button to choose from the send options whether you send it to all, send as PDF, print all PDF, or export all. Only those employees who have their email addresses registered in the system will receive the payslip via email. And that's how you use the payslip feature. What is the payroll register and how do you use it? The payroll register shows all payment details of an employee from a specific generated payroll period. Go to the Reports module and select the payroll register. Choose the payroll period, which you can sort by employee or department. You have the option to include the last pay. Simply click the last pay tick box. This module has an advanced filter feature where you can easily search for employees with specific details like location or department among many filters. There are more options where you can select to pay envelope, export as Excel or CSV, compare payslip or salary, or print. For bank export, select the bank and then fill out the template. Make sure to verify the information before exporting it. And that's the payroll register and how you use it. What is the payroll summary and how do you use it? The payroll summary shows the summary of payroll for a specific period. Go to the Reports module and select Payroll Summary. Choose the payroll period you want to export and simply click the Export button or Print. And that's the payroll summary and how you use it. What is the Accounting Entries feature and how do you use it? The Accounting Entries shows the record debit and credit entries made during a specific payroll period to create a complete financial statement report. Under the Reports module, select Accounting Entries and choose the payroll period. You have the option to reload or export the file. And that's the Accounting Entries and how you use it. What is the Accountant's Report and how do you use it? The Accountant's Report shows the consolidated financial information from multiple generated payroll periods to arrive at a profit or loss external report. Under the Reports module, select Accountant's Report. Select the payroll period. You have the option to include the last pay. Simply click the last pay tick box. This allows you to compare multiple payroll periods by selecting the available payroll periods in the box. Confirm your setting by clicking Search. It has an advanced filter feature that lets you filter the employees in a specific department that you wish to see. And that's the Accountant's Report and how you use it. How do you use the Overtime application? First, let's go to the Overtime application. Click the Create button and fill out the application form. Set the date range that will cover the employee's request. Fill in the employee name or select from the drop-down list. Fill in the number of hours and minutes. Fill in the reason for the request and add your remarks as the requester. Once done, click Submit. And that's the Overtime application and how you use it. How do you use the Undertime application? Click the Create button and fill out the application form. Set the date range that will cover the employee's request. Fill in the employee name or select from the drop-down list. Fill in the number of hours and minutes. Fill in the reason for the request and add your remarks as the requester. Once done, click Submit. And that's the Undertime application and how you use it. How do you use the Work on Holiday application? Click the Create button and fill out the application form. Set the date range that will cover the employee's request. Fill in the employee name or select from the drop-down list. Fill in the number of hours and minutes. Fill in the reason for the request and add your remarks as the requester. Once done, click Submit. And that's the Work on Holiday application and how you use it. How do you use the Work on Rest Day application? Click the Create button and fill out the application form. Set the date range that will cover the employee's request. Fill in the employee name or select from the drop-down list. Fill in the number of hours and minutes. Fill in the reason for the request and add your remarks as the requester. Once done, click Submit. And that's the Work on Rest Day application and how you use it. How do you use the Leave application? First, locate Requests from the drop-down menu and click Leave application. Once done, click the Create button at the upper right corner and look for the employee you wish to apply a leave request for. Fill in the necessary information. Choose whether the leave is half-day or whole day. Fill in the date of the leave requested. Select the type of leave from the drop-down list. Fill in the reason for leave. Once done, click Submit. And that's the Leave application and how you use it. How do you use the Cash Advance application? Locate Requests and look for Cash Advance. Click Create and select the employee in the drop-down or type the employee's name. Select Cash Advance from the deduction type and input the total amount and date. Select Regular for the payment term and more details will appear. Select the agreed payroll schedule and input the amount per deduction. Lastly, fill in the date when the deduction will start. The system will then compute and will automatically put the end date. And then click Submit. And that's the Cash Advance application and how you use it. How do you use the Overtime approval? Locate Approval and select Overtime, Undertime, Work on Holiday, Work on Rest Day application. Type the employee's name in the search box and click the icon beside it or press Enter. Click the Advanced filter to look for the particular employee overtime request you wish to approve. Then click Search. Once searched, click the employee's request to check the details. You can change the number of hours if you want to. Then, check approved and leave remarks. Once done, click Submit. And that's the overtime approval and how you use it. How do you use the undertime approval? Locate approval and select overtime, undertime, work on holiday, work on rest day application, and click the undertime tab. Type the employee's name in the search box and click the icon beside it or press enter. Click the advanced filter to look for the particular employee undertime request you wish to approve. Then click search. Once searched, click the employee's request to check the details. You can change the number of hours if you want to. Then check approved and leave remarks. Once done, click submit. And that's the undertime approval and how you use it. How do you use the work on holiday approval? Locate approval and select overtime, undertime, work on holiday, work on rest day application, and click the work on holiday tab. Type the employee's name in the search box and click the icon beside it or press enter. Click the advanced filter to look for the particular employee work on holiday request you wish to approve. Then click search. Once searched, click the employee's request to check the details. You can change the number of hours if you want to. Then, check approved and leave remarks. Once done, click submit. And that's the work on holiday approval and how you use it. How do you use the work on rest day approval? Locate approval and select overtime, undertime, work on holiday, work on rest day application, and click the work on rest day tab. Type the employee's name in the search box and click the icon beside it or press enter. Click the advanced filter to look for the particular employee work on rest day request you wish to approve. Then click search. Once searched, click the employee's request to check the details. You can change the number of hours if you want to. Select approved and leave remarks. Once done, click submit. And that's the work on rest day approval and how you use it. How do you use the leave approval? First, locate approval from the drop-down menu and click Leave Application. You'll find a list of employee application requests. From the list, you will see pending requests. If you wish to approve a particular employee request, you can type the employee's name in the search box and click the icon beside it or press enter. Or click the Advanced filter and select an employee from the drop-down list, then click Search. Once the employee is found, click the employee's request to check the details. You can change the number of days if you choose whole day, or change the number of hours if it's half day. You can also change the type of leave. Just click the drop-down arrow to view the types of leaves and click. Then, check Approved and leave remarks. Once done, click Submit. And that's the leave approval and how you use it. How do you use the cash advance approval? Locate approval from the drop-down menu and click Cash Advance. From the list, you will see pending requests. If you wish to approve a particular employee request, you can type the employee's name in the search box and click the icon beside it or press Enter. Once the employee is found, click the employee's request to check the details. You can also change the amount per deduction, start date, end date, and payroll schedule. Then, check Approve, then click Submit once done. And that's the cash advance approval and how you use it. What is the Complete Timesheets and how do you use it? Complete Timesheets is a report where you can see the logs of employees that is complete. You can also view the summary of their lates, overtime, and undertime. Locate timesheet reports, then choose Complete Timesheet. Select the date range you want to view. You can also choose a specific employee by typing the employee's name on the search box or through the Advanced filter with specific details. Then click Search. You can now view the employees with complete logs. And that's the Complete Timesheets and how you use it. What is the Incomplete Timesheets and how do you use it? Incomplete Timesheet is the report where you can see employees with incomplete logs. This can help you determine whose logs you're going to fix. Locate timesheet reports, then choose Incomplete Timesheet. Select the date range which you want to view. You can also choose a specific employee by typing the employee's names on the search box or through the Advanced filter with specific details. Then click Search. You can now view the employees with incomplete logs, and that's the Incomplete Timesheets and how you use it. How do you use the Logs Verification Reports? First, locate timesheet reports from the drop-down menu. Then, click Logs Verification. Set the date range. Click Advanced filter to search and see all employee logs covered in the date range. Or, if you wish to verify a particular employee's logs, go to the search bar and search the name of the employee. To view the logs for the whole range, drag the horizontal bar from right to left to see the details. Then, check the date when the employee has incomplete or missing logs. To verify missing logs, click the cells that indicate No Logs to bring up the logs details. Click the View Logs button, and this will take you to the daily logs. If you wish to complete employee logs upon verification that he or she is present, click the Action button beside the Create button. Then, click the Complete Timesheet Action button. Fill out the Complete Timesheet form. Set the date, select the employee, and the action you wish to do. In this case, select Create Complete Timesheets. Once done, just click Save. Next is to verify incomplete logs when there's neither the time in nor time out. Click the cells that indicate no time in or no time out. This will bring up the log details. Click the View Logs button. To complete employee logs upon verification, just click the plus icon to add either time out or time in. Input the reason for adding the missing log and input the time. Once done, click Save. To check the changes you've done, refresh it by clicking the search icon beside the date range. And that's the logs verification reports and how you use it. What is the manpower analysis reports and how do you use it? Manpower analysis is the summary of employees who worked and how many hours they worked for that day or period. It helps you monitor the productivity of the employee. Locate timesheet reports, then click Manpower Analysis. There are two tabs, Daily and Period. For daily, you can see the employee's performance, shift, and number of workers on duty that day. Just choose the date to view and the desired location, then click Search. For period, you can select the range of dates, select the location, then click Search. And that's Manpower Analysis Reports and how you use it. What is the regular deduction balances and how do you use it? The regular deduction balances is where we can find the remaining loan or deduction balances of the employee as of the latest payroll period. First, locate reports. Then, from the drop-down menu, click Regular Deduction Balances. You can click the drop-down button to see the list of employees or type their name in the provided space. Or if you want to search employees with specific details, go to Advanced Filter and you can filter the location, division, department, and job level and then click Search. Here, we can see the total remaining loan balances of the employee. Click on the amount to see the breakdown. You can now view how much deduction per payroll period and the remaining balance. You can also export or print these details for the employee. And that's the regular deduction balances and how you use it. What is the contribution or loan reports and how to use it? Here in contribution loan reports, we can see the reports needed in SSS, PhilHealth, Pag-ibig, and Remittances loan. First, locate reports. Then, from the drop-down menu, click Contribution or Loan Reports. You can select the month and year, or you have the option to choose the payroll period. Just check the box and choose the specific payroll period. Then, select the department, or if you want to include all departments, leave it blank and click Search. You can view the employee's SSS number, compensation, employee or employer contribution, and total SSS payment. This is the same for the Pag-ibig and PhilHealth tab. For the Remittances Loan tab, you can select a specific loan type, or you can leave it as is to reflect all loans. You can select the month and year, or you have the option to choose the payroll period. Just check the box and choose the specific payroll period. Then select the department, or if you want to include all departments, leave it blank and click Search. You can now view all remitted loan payments here, and that's the contribution or loan reports and how you use it. What is the employee ledgers and how you use it? The employee ledgers is the summary of all ledgers given to the employee, from deductions, earnings, and even statutory and tax withheld. Locate reports, then, from the drop-down menu, click Employee Ledgers. You can search an employee through the search box, or you can use the advanced filter to search specific employees. Then, click Search. You can view the employee's earnings, deductions, tax, and other details. To see the detailed breakdown of these amounts, just click on the amount. You can either export or print this. You can also export and print all employee ledgers just by clicking the drop-down arrow at the right side of the advanced filter feature. Then choose Export or Print. And that's the employee ledgers and how you use it. What is the employee performances and how do you use it? Employee performances are used for incentive purposes, recognition, and warning for the employees. You can view the early birds, late, absences, and the leave summary here. Locate reports. Then, from the drop-down menu, click Employee Performances. Just choose the tab you prefer. You can select the month and year, or use the payroll per employee performances. You can choose between summary or detailed, or by checking the box and choosing from the list of payroll periods. Then click Search. Or to search for specific employees, you can use the advanced filter, then click Search. You can then see the top 10 employees who come to work early. The same goes with the late and absences. And that's the employee performances and how you use it. What is the 13-month pay and how do you use it? The 13-month pay report is a summary of the 13-month pay an employee will receive that year and the preceding years. Locate reports. Then, from the drop-down menu, click 13-month pay. You can change the range by year or by month, then choose the payroll period, then click search. You can also search per employee through the search box or use the advanced filter feature to search with specific details. You will see the employee's total basic pay and the gross amount already divided by 12 months. You can add adjustment by simply inputting the amount in the adjustment, either add or deduct column, and it will immediately reflect in the net amount. And that's the 13-month pay and how you use it. What are BIR forms and how do you use them? The BIR forms are composed of two forms, mainly the 2316 and the 1604C form for the year-end report. Locate reports. Then, from the drop-down menu, click BIR forms. You can select from the list of employees. When you click the drop-down button, select the desired year, then click search. You can now view the breakdown of the non-taxable compensation and the taxable compensation and the total withholding tax of the employee. You can then print the forms. And that's the BIR forms and how you use them. What is the last pay and how do you use it? The last pay is where we can compute the employee's last pay with the last day of duty, 13-month pay, and unused leave. Locate reports. Then, from the drop-down menu, click Last Pay. You can select from the list of employees when you click the drop-down button. Once searched, click the employee's name. A message will prompt you, and click Yes. You can see the breakdown of the employee's last pay. If your company policy does not include unused leaves in the last pay, you can uncheck the boxes. You can then export, print, or email the payslip directly to the employee. And that's the last pay and how you use it. What is the accrual 13-month pay and how do you use it? Accrual 13-month pay has the detailed breakdown of the employee's 13-month pay per month. Locate reports. Then, from the drop-down menu, click Accrual 13-month pay. Select range by year or month. Then, select payroll period. You can search an employee through the search box or use the advanced filter feature for specific employees. You can view the amounts per month and the total amount. And that's the accrual 13-month pay and how you use it. What is the employee profile and how do you use it? The employee profile is where you can see the employee's information and add newly hired employees into the system. This is also where you can generate kiosk accounts for the employees. To create an employee profile for newly hired employees, locate Employees. Then click Information. A drop-down button will appear and then click Profile. You can input the employee details such as date hired, employee's information, SSS, HDMF, PhilHealth, tax IDs, employment type, department, position, schedule, salary, and many more. Just make sure to fill in all the details with an asterisk, since these are required fields to save the employee information. After clicking the Save and Exit button, you will be redirected to the employee profile, and there you can see the newly created employee profile. If it will not appear immediately, just search the name in the search box and click the icon next to it or press Enter. To generate accounts for employees for their kiosk app, click the drop-down arrow beside Create and choose Generate Accounts. Select the employees whom you want to create a kiosk account for. Click Generate. And that's the employee profile and how you use it. What is the employee ID and how do you use it? The employee ID is the information of the employee's identification number. Locate Employees. Click Information. A drop-down button will appear. Click Employee ID. You can now search a specific employee through the search box, then click Search. To search for specific employees, you can use the Advanced filter. You will then find the employee's ID. You can change the employee's ID by simply clicking the name. A dialog box will appear. Type the employee's ID, then choose the effectivity date by clicking the calendar icon on the left side, and click the check icon to save it. And that's the employee ID and how you use it. What is the location and how do you use it? The location is where you manage the employee's current work location. If you want to transfer the employee's location, you can do it here. Locate employees. Click Information. A drop-down button will appear. Click Location. Find the employee's name whom you want to change the location by searching in the search box. Then click their name. A dialog box will appear. Choose the desired location by clicking on the Location button. Then choose the effectivity date by clicking the calendar icon on the left side, and click the check icon to save it. And that's the location and how to use it. What is the employee department and position and how do you use it? The employee department and position is where you can view and update the employee's department and position. Locate employees. Click Information. Then, a drop-down button will appear. Click Department and Position. Find the employee whom you want to update by typing the employee's name in the search box and clicking the icon next to it. To search for specific employees, you can use the Advanced filter. The employee's name will then appear. Click their name. A dialog box will appear. Choose the desired department by clicking on the list of departments. Then, select the position and effectivity date. Once everything is updated, click the check mark next to it to save. And that's the employee department and position and how to use it. What is the employee employment type and how do you use it? The employee employment type is where you can view the employment type, date hired, and current status of the employee. This is where you update the employment type from probationary to regular. Locate employees. Click Information, then a drop-down button will appear. Click Employee Employment Type. Find the employee whom you want to update by typing the employee's name in the search box and clicking the icon next to it. To search for specific employees, you can use the Advanced filter. The employee's name will then appear. Click their name. A dialog box will appear. Choose the employment type by clicking on the list of employment types. Then, select the activity date. Once everything is updated, click the check mark next to it to save. And that's the employee employment type and how to use it. What is the division and how do you use it? This is where you can set or update the division the employee should be in. Locate employees. Click Information. Then, a drop-down button will appear. Click Division. Search a specific employee through the search box, then click Search. To search for specific employees, you can use the Advanced filter. Once the employee's name appears, click the name of the employee. A dialog box will appear. Select from the list of divisions and input the effectivity date. Once done, click the check icon to save. and that's the division and how to use it. What is the section, unit, and subunit, and how do you use it? This is where you can set or update the section, unit, and subunit the employee should be in. Locate employees. Click Information. Then, a drop-down button will appear. Click Section, Unit, and Subunit. Search a specific employee through the search box. Then click Search. To search for specific employees, you can use the Advanced filter. Once the employee's name appears, click the name of the employee. A dialog box will appear. Select from the list of sections, unit, and subunit, and add the effectivity date. Once done, click the check icon to save. And that's the section, unit, and subunit and how to use it. What is the company profile and how do you use it? The company profile is where you put the company details. This is where you can attach your logos and input the details of your company. To edit the information of your company, locate Settings. Then click Company. A drop-down arrow will appear. Click Profile. Once the company profile is already visible, click on the Edit button located on the right. To upload your logo, click Choose File. Choose your logo from your local file, then click Open. Your logo will be applied in its box. You can choose to show your logo or hide simply by clicking the box on the top. Fill in the details in the fields provided. Then once done, click Save. And that's the company profile and how to use it. What is the memo, certificates, agreement, and how do you use it? Memo Certificates Agreement is where you can attach your memos and other documents which can be viewed by your employees via the Employee Kiosk app. To attach memos, locate Setting, and then click Company. A drop-down arrow will appear. Click Profile. Then choose the Memo Certificates Agreement tab. You can add memos by clicking the Add button. Input the title of the memo and attach the file. If you want your employees to respond if they have already read the memo, just check with the response box beside it. Then click Save. You will then go back to the Memo Certificates Agreement page. To view the responses, click the View Responses to see the employees who have responded to the memo. You can also export this data. Click Export. Then an Excel file will be downloaded. And that's the Memo, Certificates, and Agreement and how to use it. What is the Withholding Tax Report and how do you use it? This report displays the withholding tax collected and paid during specific periods. You can use the Withholding Tax Report to file for submission to tax authorities. To access, go to Reports. Then click Withholding Tax Report. To set the specific month of report, click Month and Year, then confirm by clicking Search. Once done, the file will be automatically updated. To export the file, click on the drop-down button and click Export. And that's the Withholding Tax Report and how to use it. What is analysis and how do you use it? This report generally compares the generated reports from the previous payroll. The report only compares each payroll by the specific pay detail type. you have two viewing options to compare either. Cumulative, which is useful when you want to show per period total and see multiple payroll periods, or comparative, which is useful when comparing two payroll periods or more to identify the variances between the two periods. To access, locate Reports, then click Analysis. To set up, click your viewing option, then click which pay detail type you would like to use. If you use comparative, input the first month in From and the second month under To. These will be the 2 months you'll be viewing comparatively. Confirm your settings by clicking Search. If you use cumulative, you will need to select which payroll periods you want to compare. Remember that this method allows you to compare multiple payroll periods by selecting the available payroll periods in the box. Confirm your setting by clicking Search. You can also view comparisons by employee. Simply type the employee name in the search bar. To export or print, click the drop-down menu beside the Advanced Filter option and click Export or Print. And that's the analysis and how to use it. What is employment type monitoring and how do you use it? This report summarizes all the employees that are ready for regularization. In other words, all the employees listed here are probationary. You have the option to filter which employees are ready for regularization based on the period selected. To access, locate Reports, then click Employment Type Monitoring. Select the range in the Date From and To. To confirm, click Search. To filter based on employee location, click on the Advanced Filter. Select the desired location and confirm by clicking Search. To export, click the drop-down menu beside the Advanced Filter option and click Export. And that's the employment type monitoring and how to use it. What is the daily hours worked and how do you use it? This report summarizes the total hours worked by an employee within the period or within the selected payroll period. To access, locate Reports, then click Daily Hours Worked. To set the period, fill in the dates from and to, then confirm by clicking Search. To set by payroll period, check the Use Payroll Period and select which payroll period you want to check. To check for a specific employee, search his or her name in the search bar and confirm by clicking Search. You can also use the Advanced Filter to search with different filtering options. Confirm your option by clicking Search. To export, click the drop-down menu beside the Advanced Filter option and click Export. And that's the daily hours worked and how to use it. What is Employee Logs Monitoring and how do you use it? The Employee Logs Monitoring is used to monitor the number of employees on duty at specific dates. You can then compare the number of employees expected to work versus the number of employees actually worked on those dates. To view, locate Reports. Then look for Employee Logs Monitoring and click. Set the date range and click the search icon. You can then view the data. You can also export the data by clicking the drop-down arrow located on the top right corner. then click Export. An Excel file will be downloaded. And that's the employee logs monitoring and how to use it. What is the longevity increase and how do you use it? The longevity increase is used to monitor the length of service of the employees. Shown here are the number of years, the date hired, and the date of anniversary. To view, locate reports. Then click Longevity Increase. Indicate the date range and click the search icon. To view specific locations, go to Advanced Filter, fill in the fields, then click Search. You can also export this data by clicking the drop-down arrow beside the Advanced Filter and clicking Export. An Excel file will then be downloaded. And that's the longevity increase and how to use it. What is comparative earnings and how do you use it? The comparative earnings is used to compare specific earning types per payroll period. To view, locate reports. Then click Comparative Earnings. Select the desired payroll period to compare, then click Search. You will see the earning type, the payroll periods that were compared, and the variance between them for analysis or report. You can also export this data by clicking the drop-down arrow located on the top right corner. Click it, then choose Export. An Excel file will then be downloaded. And that's the comparative earnings and how to use it. What is de minimis reports and other benefits and how do you use it? The de minimis reports and other benefits is where you can see the detailed amount of de minimis and other benefits given to the employees. To view, locate reports. Then click de minimis reports and other benefits. Select the month and year you wish to view. Then click Search. You can view by de minimis or by other benefits. You can also search a specific employee through the search box or through the Advanced Filter feature if you're looking for specific details. Then just click Search. A detailed composition of de minimis and other benefits will be shown below. You can choose to export or print this data by simply clicking the drop-down arrow beside the Advanced Filter and then choose your desired action. And that's the de minimis reports and other benefits and how to use it. What is the Certificate of Employment and how do you use it? The Certificate of Employment and Compensation is designed and formatted for the employee's request. This is generally requested by an employee to submit for loan applications and other purposes. To create, locate reports. Then click Certificate of Employment. Click the field under the employee name to show the list of employees. Then click Search. The name, position, date hired, and compensation will automatically appear. Type the purpose of the certificate. You can then choose to print or export the certificate. And that's the Certificate of Employment and how to use it. What is the Accounts module and how do you use it? The Accounts module is where we can create accounts for employees to grant them access in the system. To create, locate Users and click Accounts. Click the Create button on the top right corner. If the employee is in the system, you can check the box beside the Used Employee profile, and the full name and email of the employee will then appear in the fields. If not, you can type in the information and create a password for them. For the location, Please choose only the location that the employee will access. Same goes for the rest of the fields. This is to control their access to the system and maintain confidentiality. To restrict the employee from changing his own logs and approving his own applications, select the applicable boxes. Only check the admin box if the employee is an authorized personnel, like an HR or admin staff. Once this is checked, the user will be granted edit access to settings, even to his or her own information. Once done, click Save. To give them access to particular modules, right-click the name of the employee from the list. Then click View Rights. If you wish to grant them viewing access, create an edit access, with edit access being the highest level of access, select from the template, and you will see all modules changed to that specific access. But if you want to limit the employee's access, change only the module he or she will be allowed to access, and the level of access he or she will have. If the employee is an admin personnel, HR, or an employee who has the authority to approve the application of other employees, be sure to grant them the access to necessary modules. Then click Save. Make sure that their access will be limited to their task to prevent manipulation of data and to maintain confidential information. And that's the accounts and how to use it. What is the kiosk account and how do you use it? The kiosk accounts are the generated accounts from the employee profile. If ever the employee forgot their password or have used all their login attempts, we can reset it from here. Locate users and click Kiosk Accounts. To reset their password, click Reset Password. A message will prompt you to confirm. Click Yes. A new generated password will appear under the Generated Password column. You can give that to your employee. To reset their login attempts, click Reset Login Attempts. Again, a message will prompt you to confirm. Click Yes. This will automatically reset the attempts. And that's the kiosk accounts and how to use it. What is user rights mapping and how do you use it? The user rights mapping is where you can see the email used for logging in the system, where we can reset the password, reset login attempts, and we can view the summary of the access given to the employee. Locate users and click User Rights Mapping. To reset their password, click Reset Password. A message will prompt you to confirm. Click Yes. A new generated password will appear under the Generated Password column. You can give that to your employee. To reset their login attempts, click Reset Login Attempts. Again, a message will prompt you to confirm. Click Yes. This will automatically reset the attempts. Drag the horizontal bar to view the summary of access given to the employee. If you need to change the access of the employee, click the module you want to change. Then, it will open a new tab and will redirect you to Users View Rights. Wait for the dialog box to appear. Change the desired access for the specific module. then click Save. And that's the user rights mapping and how to use it. What is the miscellaneous list and how do you use it? The miscellaneous list is where you can tag the list of departments, position, schedule, and etc. We also have a miscellaneous list under payment settings where you can tag all the earnings, deductions, and etc. We need to tag this first before we will import the employee information so that the list will be available in the system. Locate Settings. Click Miscellaneous Lists. To create, click the Create button on the specific modules you want to create. Type in the necessary fields, then click Save. And that's the miscellaneous list and how to use it. What is the Imports module and how do you use it? Imports are used when you're uploading a huge amount of data, especially in the setup phase. All modules in the system have an importing template for easier transporting of all the data into the system. You can encode the data in the miscellaneous list if you're adding one by one, but importing through this module will save you time for bulk uploading. Locate Settings. Click Imports. Select from Employee, Timesheet, or Settings tab. Choose the specific module you want to upload, then click it. You will see a Download Sample Template button to download the template where you could input the data. Click the button and an Excel file will download. Make sure to follow the format to avoid errors in importing. Once done, save it and go back to Imports to upload the file. Click Choose File to upload the file, then click Submit. You have now imported your data into the system. And that's the Imports module and how to use it. What is device settings and how do you use it? In our device settings, we can see the Android Timekeeper, Android Kiosk devices, and also the desktop devices synced to your payroll account. We can remove or block any unfamiliar devices from this module. We can also set what functions will show in the Timekeeper or Kiosk device of an employee from the device settings. Locate Settings. Click Device Settings. To set the functions for specific devices, click the View or Edit button under the Settings column. If you want to remove a certain device, click the Remove button on the Actions column. And that's the device settings and how to use it. What is the General Settings and how do you use it? The General Settings is where you set your company policies, which generally affects the payroll generation. Locate Settings, click Company, then click General Settings. A list of specific settings will appear. Choose from the list and set only those settings that are applicable to your company's policy. Late settings. All the setup in relation to late, grace period, and etc. are found here. To navigate, go to Late Settings. You may input the grace period applicable to your company. Then click Save, found at the upper right, to fully save the changes. Payroll Settings. all the setup in relation to payroll generation, statutory, take-home pay, COLA, holiday considerations, and etc. are found here. To navigate, go to the payroll settings. You can now click the boxes stating the different settings applicable to your company. Then click Save, found at the upper right, to fully save the changes. Request settings. All the setup in relation to requests, unique considerations to applications, and etc. are found here. To navigate, go to the request settings. You can now click the boxes stating the different settings applicable to your company. Then click Save, found at the upper right, to fully save the changes. Approval settings. All the setup in relation to approval hierarchy and etc. are found here. To navigate, go to the approval settings. You can now click the boxes for the settings applicable to your company. Then click Save. Timesheets and timekeeper settings. All the setup in relation to unique considerations of timesheet and timekeeper settings are found here. To navigate, go to the timesheets and timekeeper settings. You can now click the boxes for the settings applicable to your company. Then click Save. Agency settings. When applicable, setup for agency are found here. To navigate, go to the agency settings. You can now click the boxes for the settings applicable to your company. Then click Save. Tax settings. Unique setup for tax considerations are found here. To navigate, go to Tax settings. You can now click the boxes for the settings applicable to your company. Then click Save. Report settings. All the setup in relation to payslip, name of the employee in charge upon report generation, and other unique considerations of the reports are found here. To navigate, go to the report settings. You can now click the boxes for the settings applicable to your company and input the name for the authorized person to be shown in the reports. Then click Save. Other payroll settings. This is where you can see another list of settings like deductions, prioritization, unique leave settings, and etc. are found here. To navigate, go to Other Payroll Settings. You will see 5 more settings that we can set. Deduction prioritization is where you can set which deduction to prioritize if you allow take-home pay in your policy. To navigate, click Deduction Prioritization. You can now click the boxes and assign the deduction prioritization. Then click Save. Other payroll settings is where you can set to round up the net pay, set the take-home pay amount per quincenna per employment type. To navigate, click Other Payroll Settings. You can then set the settings applicable in your company policy, then click Save. Contribution settings is where we can set the basis for the deduction of the employee's contribution. To navigate, click Contribution Settings. You can then check to activate the contribution payroll settings and choose either basic pay or gross pay. Then click Save. Leave settings is where we can set the leave replenishment, set the leave conversion, and activate birthday leave. To navigate, click Leave Settings. You can then set the leave replenishments, add leave conversion, and check to activate birthday leave and select employment types applicable. Then click Save. Auto allowance or deduction for regular employee is where we can set the allowances given to the regular employees, such as rice allowance, medical allowance, and other allowances applicable in your company in every quinzena or every month. This is also the same for deduction. To navigate, click Auto Allowance or Deduction for regular employees. You can then set the amount per quinzena, per allowance type, per job level. Then click Save. Kiosk settings. All the setup in relation to customizations in the employee kiosk are found here. Go to Kiosk Settings. You can now click the boxes for the settings you would like to be applied in the kiosk app. Then click Save. Scheduled email. It is an add-on module where you can send an automated reminder. A user may create a scheduled email with the corresponding recipients and message, which may automatically send either weekly, monthly, or even yearly. To navigate, go to Schedule Email Settings. You can now input the emails for the recipients and message you would like to input for your email. Then click Save. Auto Email Memo Settings and Company Cutoff Settings. From these settings, a user may set up an automated email reminder to all the users, especially the timekeepers, reviewers, recommenders, and approvers, as a reminder for the cutoff period in every payroll period. To navigate, go to the Auto Email Memo Settings and Company Cutoff Settings. You may input the emails for the recipients and the message you would like to input for your email. Then click Save. Rate Settings. This is the field where we can customize the percentage of premiums accordingly. By default, it is based on the DOLE's standard rate provisions. To navigate, go to Rate Settings. You may input the updated percentage and other special rates available to your company. Then click Save. The minimum wage settings, a field where we can set the minimum wage applicable to your company. To navigate, go to the minimum wage settings. You may input the minimum wage required per location, then click Save. And that's the general settings and how to use it. What is the GL Accounts module and how do you use it? All the setup in relation to creation of account code and name and assignment of accounts per earnings and deduction types are found from this settings module. To navigate, go to the settings module, select Company, then GL Accounts. Click Create to integrate earnings and deduction type setup with designated GL account. Then click Save. And that's the GL Accounts module and how to use it. What is the Government Contribution Summary and how do you use it? Government Contribution Summary is where you can find the contributions per job level and for loans per location for reconciliation. Locate Reports. Click Government Contribution Summary. Select the desired month or year, then select also the type, if contributions or loans. Click Generate. The data will then be shown below. You can also export this data by clicking the Export button on the right. An Excel file will be downloaded. And that's the Government Contribution Summary reports and how to use it. What is direct cost and how do you use it? Direct cost is where you can see the summary of total compensation cost, including the contribution of the employer from the government contributions. Locate reports. Click Direct Cost. Select the month and year and click Search. You may also select the per payroll period by checking the box beside it. Then click Search. The data will be shown below. You can also export this data by clicking the Export button on the right. An Excel file will be downloaded. And that's the direct cost and how to use it. What is the Audit Logs module and how do you use it? This module shows the daily activity made on the system. It includes all actions that affect the system, such as create, edit, or delete, and who was responsible for these specific actions. This report can summarize the logs based on the type of activity selected with the specific period. To access, locate Audit Logs, then click. To select the activity type, click on the item bar and select as many types that you want to see. To select the period, fill in the from and to, and click Search to confirm. To fully modify your search option, click on the Advanced filter and select the desired filtration. Then confirm your option by clicking Search. And that's the Audit Logs and how to use it. What is the OT Summary Report and how do you use it? OT Summary Report is the summary of all regular overtime, rest day work, special holiday, regular holidays, and etc. and their respective amounts. Locate Reports and click OT Summary Report. You can select by month and year or per payroll period. Once selected, click Search. Data will appear below. You can choose to export it by clicking the Export button. An Excel file will then be downloaded. And that's the OT Summary Report and how to use it. What is the Employee Status Report and how do you use it? Employee Status Report is where you can find the status of the employee if newly hired or separated, employees who have no earnings that month, and employment type. Locate Reports. Click Employee Status Report. Select between newly hired, separated, no earnings, or employment type. You can then choose the date and year desired for viewing. To select an employee, type his or her name on the search box, or to search for specific employees, you can use the Advanced filter. Once filled out, click Search. You can choose to export it by clicking the Export button. An Excel file will then be downloaded. And that's the Employee Status Report and how to use it.